What up, everyone? Ken here from Pop Culture Junkies. I'm here to talk to you this week about Denver Comic Con and Denver Pop Culture Con. Denver Fan Expo. Let's go. Alright, so a few weeks back was Denver Fan Expo. I made that joke about the beginning because of the many names that they've had. It is telling, though, that the names have moved away from comics, and so has the entire event. It is very much a pop culture event and less about the comics. It's a stark contrast to what I saw at Colorado Springs Comic Con, which is fine. They're trying to attract a bigger audience, broader audience. They certainly do that. Comics still have their place there, but they're definitely not the focal point that they once were. It's not to say that there's no comic related items, merchandise, booths, etc. There's still more comicdom in one single place than you're going to get anywhere else in Colorado for who knows how long. It's just not as focused. You could tell by the layout of the place, the way it was set up, the amount of space they gave to the celebrities in the back corner, which was far too much. They could have easily expanded the actual convention. I think they expected more people, though. It was nice that they tried to do something this year, so just know that the negatives that I put out about the event, overall, I really enjoyed the event. I went 3 days. I'm already planning to buy tickets in July. I will be going again. There were just places that they could improve, and hopefully they do next year. And there were some things they did really great, so I do want to highlight those too. It was weird, post-pandemic, there was a lot of space. It was interesting to be able to walk through the aisles and not just be super crowded in there. That was really nice. It was nice to see the way that things were laid out this year. It was very simple and straightforward. I liked that they put all the comics, the actual comic shops, were really condensed into a kind of a single area, so it was easy for that content to get to it. Then it was easy to get to the artists and the artist rows. It made it very simple to find the content that you were looking for the things that you liked. So that was all really great. This year I really did focus on comics. Usually I do buy a lot of pop culture stuff, a lot of prints, a lot of posters, a lot of random statues, just like random things that aren't comic books. This year I really did focus on buying comic books. And so it was a little bit different event for me in a good way. A lot of great vendors there, a lot of shady vendors there. I know I went to one vendor, asked them a price on a book, and they told me it was, $500. I said, all right, let me think about it. And this is my first booth I'm at in the show, so I want to walk a little bit, and I'll come back, and hopefully you guys still have it. When I got back, it was marked up to $600, and the vendor acted like he had no idea what I was talking about. Not a huge fan of that kind of practice. I get it. Yesterday's price is not today's price. 5 minutes ago's price doesn't have to be right now's price. Just don't tell me that you didn't say something and that you didn't mark it up to something that we didn't agree upon earlier. Like, you can sell it for whatever you want. It's your book. It's just a poor practice to call me a liar when you do it. So whatever. Someone else got my money. It was overpriced anyway. Glad I didn't go for it. And I'll talk to you a lot about what the stuff I did spend money on. I was super hyped to meet Jay Lee this year. Ordered a sketch. You'll see that when it comes in. I actually sent it to CGC, and there's a whole story around that. Bought multiple variants from him that he was selling at his booth to get signed. Was an awesome guy. Did have a real kind of faux pas with him, which was unfortunate. I told him when I got there that I was really sad he wasn't able to make it to Colorado Springs Comic Con. And he kind of said, yeah, some family stuff came up. And I said, yeah, no worries, man. I'm not blaming you for not showing up. I'm just telling you, I'm excited that you're here now since you weren't able to make it there. And he said, yeah, I really wanted to, but my dad died. And then I just felt like a huge dick after that. But he was really cool. Chatted, signed a bunch of stuff. Again, did a sketch on a blank. I don't want to tell you which blank or what character. It is a first appearance of a character that appeared in the last, let's say 5 years, just to give you some insight. We'll see if someone can guess it correct in the comments or not. But I do want to talk about also TimeWarp Comics ahead of Comic-Con. Did have some special guests there. They had Tone Rodriguez and Peter Smith were there, and they were doing a signing. And so I contacted them ahead of time. Smith does this book called Chronicles of Zolaria, and it has a real Disney aesthetic and art style to it. This is the first issue. I bought it when he was there at TimeWarp. He signed all the copies. Shout out to TimeWarp for having this. It was on the Wednesday before Comic-Con, and then Peter was at the booth at Comic-Con, and that's where I got some of my other finished items from him. This is another book that he was a part of. This is from Quietus Comics. This is their, is this the Krampus special? Virgin Variant Edition. Let's see. Yep, OMG, a horror anthology number 2 from Quietus, Quietus Comics. I don't know if you can read all that. But there it is. This is the Virgin Variant cover he was selling there that I picked up. Nice cover. Does give you a little insight into the style he usually draws in, but I have some even better examples for you. So like I said, I contacted him ahead of time because I really liked his Disney style. My wife is a huge fan of Elektra and Disney princesses, and so I contacted him and said, I see that you may be open for commissions. You're going to be in Denver. Do you think you could do an Elektra cover with Elektra as a Disney princess and Matt Murdock? And they said, yeah, I can knock it out of the park. Send me the book. I can have it there when I get there. I did send him the book. It got stuck in the mail. It did not get there till like the day he was leaving. And I think he actually purchased another one to do this cover for me because he didn't get it in time enough to get started. And so he did this that Wednesday and then had it at Comic-Con on Friday evening for me. So he did this awesome art that you can see here. Very, very Disney-esque. He does do some consulting work for Disney. He's an art instructor, and really pleased with how this came out. Great present for my wife. Super stoked. Awesome book. When we went there to meet him, though, he also had the pencils for this, and she really liked it. She's a huge Scarlet Witch fan also. And so I said, you're not going to get another chance to get something like this. This is the time. He's here. It's Comic-Con, or at least 2 days before. Pick it up. Why not? And so he took this piece, also finished it, and had it ready at the show. Awesome guy. Great to talk to. Easy to work with. He is on Facebook and Instagram under Crimson Fable Studios. You can see his work. You can order commissions. He's got a lot of great ones. You can see some of them here. I'm totally interested in getting some more work done. Again, I'm getting so much work done at the moment. I have to spread it out. Can't do it all at once with a single artist. The other artist there at TimeWarp, shout out to Tone Rodriguez. I bought this Violent Messiahs when I was there and had him sign it. You can see his signature down here on the bottom. This is an older book, so everyone knows him from Stray Dogs Now. This is one of the first books he actually worked on with Image, Violent Messiahs. I bought this at TimeWarp. I bought this series when it originally came out. One of the years ago times when I sold my collections, I sold it when he was there. I went looking for issues and I couldn't find them, but I did find this sort of collected edition at TimeWarp, and so I purchased it and had him sign it. He did this great signature with this blood splatter. Looks much better outside of the bag, but I don't want to smear it too much, so I'm not going to remove it. I had him do some custom artwork for me on a cover. He knocked this out in like 30 minutes, maybe an hour of standing there chatting with him. Got to hear some great industry stories, talk some comics while he did this, and so I had him do Erica Slaughter. This is Kane from Violent Messiahs. If you didn't recognize him from this cover you just saw, right? There he is. And so I had him, I said, man, it'd be great if you could do him on this cover along with Erica. And he was like, finally, someone who doesn't want Stray Dogs work. I need a break. And so he did this great cover. It was awesome to watch it come together and watch him do it. Just as we're standing there talking, this guy can just throw this together with some paintbrushes and markers. It's amazing. So shout out to Tone. Awesome work. I don't know what I'm going to do with this book, if I'm going to grade it or not. I really do kind of want to keep it safe, and so I may just build it its own custom case. I may get it graded just, and I don't care if it gets a green label. Maybe I'll send it to CBCS and have them verify it. Who knows? Then at Comic-Con, what happened next? We ran into Greg Horn's booth. I didn't think Greg Horn was there. I thought it was going to be a booth of someone selling his merchandise. It turns out Greg Horn, yes, was very much there. Was a super cool dude. You could tell how tired he was at the convention with everything going on. He was super accommodating, super nice. Huge shout out to Greg Horn. Did multiple signings, did multiple sketches for us. When we get a lot of these back from CGC, Chris and I will show them all to you. So what happened was we went to his booth, right? This circles back to the Jay Lee story for you. We went to his booth and found out he had a witness for CGC there. And his witness said, "Yeah, we'll get your Greg Horn books and we'll get them signed. I'll send them in for you. We'll get them verified, and you'll get them back as signature series books from CGC." Fantastic. Bought more books. Went searching for an Emma Frost #1. Went searching for a She-Hulk #1. Had him do sketches on some books. Bought a Punchline book and some other things from him. All those things went off to CGC. And then his witness said, "Oh, you guys are getting books from Jay Lee. Well, if I'm there when you get them back from him, I can witness it that they did come from him and he signed them and did the sketches and everything. And we can just send it all together in one package for you." What? So, huge shout out to Greg. Huge shout out. I'm blanking on his witness's name, but that guy was so cool, and did all this for us when they didn't really have to. Got all of our stuff sent off and shipped in one package. This is the only actual Greg Horn or Jay Lee book I have from Comic-Con, because everything else got signed or sketched or remarked and sent off. Can't wait to get that package back. Did go through Captured Collectibles. That is who our witness went through to have it taken there. So shout out to those guys. If you are looking, they do multiple signings and signature series books. If you're looking to have stuff done, you should definitely check them out. I know coming up they're going to have some stuff with Art Germ, and I'm really looking forward to that. Got multiple things I want to send off for him. So huge shout out to Captured, huge shout out to Greg Horn, and Jay Lee was amazing. All three was an amazing time, and I can't wait to get those books back. So then what about the rest of the comics, right? I told you I went there for comics. What comics did I buy other than the ones I can't show you? So I got a great Hawkeye #1. Show's coming out. Hype's coming up at the end of this month. I actually have one of these at CGC now. This was a second purchase for me, and this one will go off for grading again. Again, this is not her first appearance. This is her first solo series, I believe. But it's just a great cover. It's Hawkeye. It's going to spike, and it's going to go to CGC. I will just sell the one that comes back as a lower grade if I ever get my other one back. It's been there so long, and it's in the old queue. I'm probably going to send this in one of the SIG series that I send in the future, just so it gets checked in fast and hopefully goes through their new process. Getting books back in 2 to 3 weeks is fantastic. Other thing I bought, this will be going off as well. So $5, Captain Marvel. Great iconic cover. Love the art on this cover. I love Carol and Captain Marvel, so these are covers of books of hers I just didn't have. Super pumped to pick this up. Great condition. It'll be going off for grading for display in my PC in the future. But it also comes, I also purchased this cover. Same, really like this booth with their price tags and their barcodes. It was super efficient. This cover from Captain Marvel #1, essentially the same kind of cover. It's like looking at two different views. I kind of love that two artists did that like 4 years apart, right? 2 years, 2012 and 2014. Kind of did this homage to each other, of her pulling the glove on. It's a sweet cover. Picked this up for $20. Again, we'll be getting graded for my PC. Picked up this, was a con exclusive variant. This is a foil cover. This is not the original. It is a reprint. It's a Fan Expo exclusive, not a Denver Comic-Con exclusive or Denver Fan Expo exclusive. It is just a Fan Expo as a company exclusive. You could pick up at multiple conventions of theirs. But it's sweet. I don't have the original one. I do need to get it at some point. But this one was foil, and it was $15, and it was there, and it's cool. Why not? Next up, we have Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme #1. This is the first appearance of Kushala in 2016. Was that 5 years ago? It was. This is the 1 in 10 variant. Picked it up for $30. She's getting like a Marvel Unlimited digital series. She was in the recent Spirit Rider series. She's a Native American Ghost Rider. I think they're going to do more with her in the future, so we'll see. She's a super cool character, so I hope so. But this is her first appearance. $30. Picked it up. Worth it. Champions #1, 2016. This is the Wu-Tang Iron Flag hip-hop cover. And so I'm sort of collecting hip-hop covers, but really only for records that I bought growing up. I'm not collecting every hip-hop cover, and I'm not collecting it for the whack-ass albums that they made some of these for. But the ones that are great, like Iron Flag, I am buying Aquemini, Capone and Noriega. There's so many. LL Cool J. There's a bunch that I'm still buying. I need to get that DMX Wolverine cover, but that spiked like crazy when he died. I don't know if it's going to come down at all, but I just can't put it in my budget right now with the other things I want to buy. But pick this up, $25. Goodbye. Picked up this Infinity Gauntlet, $45. This will be a PC book. It'll probably grade out at 9.0 plus. I'm pretty confident it'd be like a 9.4, but again, famous last words. Probably get an 8.6 or something. Who knows? But great, iconic cover. I want to display it with my Lego Infinity Gauntlet. It's going in the PC on the shelf, and it's well worth the price I paid for it. Great condition. Purchased this Art Germ Wonder Woman. Why did I buy this $4.50 book? To send it off to an Art Germ signing? Probably not, but I didn't even know this book existed till Colorado Springs Comic-Con. A guy pulled it out of the Wonder Woman bin. Like, I was looking through the bin. He reached in, pulled it out as one comic, like he had just seen it flash by, pulled it out from in front of me and bought it. That's when I learned it existed. Can't hate the hustle. Was kind of rude, but whatever. You do you, man. And so it was. When I got to Comic-Con here, Fan Expo here, I made it a point to kind of look out for it, and I came across it at the same booth. $4.50. I dig it. This is one of the other Fan Expo exclusives. Punchline. It's actually Archie Halloween Spectacular, but it has Punchline on the cover. Bought it because it's a Punchline cover. You never know what's going to go on with Punchline at this point. I do own like her first appearance. I display it with all the Harley first appearances, so why not? It was there. Batman Adventures 12 reprint. This is also a Fan Expo exclusive. They had a bunch of these Batman Adventures 12, and this was just the one I liked the most. I didn't really like the other ones that much. War of the Realms, #1, was a terrible book, but it did have Carol on it and a Campbell cover. I actually just bought this in case it sold out. It was like $5. I bought it in case it sold out because Chris didn't go the first day, and he's a huge Campbell fan. So I bought it in case he didn't have it, and if he didn't have it, it'd just go in my Captain Marvel collection, which is where it's going to go now. Because he did have it. So $5, pick that up. Again, Fan Expo exclusive. So next, I came across the booth. I can't even remember the name of the company, but my wife noticed it because she was looking for these Daredevil David Nakayama covers, and she happened to see them on this booth. They had a million variants there. I cannot remember offhand the name of this company, but I will put their name in the comments and on the screen right now, so you can go check out their website, because they offer a lot of the same deals that they offer at conventions live on their website, which is super cool. These are all buy two get one free. I think it might have been buy two get one half off. No, it was buy two get one free, because that's what kept sucking me in, as I would see one or two more, and then I needed to get my free one, so I had to buy one more. Then I saw another one. So we'll go through the list of covers for Nakayama here that I purchased at this booth. We have the Psylocke cover. I like these because they're almost like a negative space cover, but they have the outline on them. They'd still be cool as a negative space cover, but he does them with the full outline on the character. They're still freaking awesome. So this is the Psylocke cover, the Mystique cover, the X-23 cover, the Jean Grey cover. They actually have this one in yellow, similar to X-23. It looks so gross. The blue one looks so much better, this bluish purple. Strange Academy, they didn't have the Virgin for this, so I had to buy the one with the trade dress on it. Well, is what it is. The Emma Frost, Rogue. This one also came with the trade dress. I like this one though because it's an actual X-Men comic and these are all X-Men characters. And so I like the fact that it still had that on there. Spider-Gwen. MJ. This one actually had 3 different variants. There was one, she was like Carnage Eyes. I can't remember what the other one was. This is the one I like the best though, so I bought just the classic MJ. Black Cat. And then these were the Elektra covers. I've been watching these on eBay, wanting to buy them. So this is Elektra, right, in the Daredevil outfit. She took over as Daredevil in issue number 25 last year. It's been the greatest run of Daredevil in decades. Sorry, Mark Waid. So then this variant came out, super awesome cover, but then it had an accompanying variant of her in her regular Elektra outfit. Fantastic. I can't wait to get these graded in boxes and on display with those Daredevil 25s. Gonna look superb. And then last but not least, your Green Lantern Annual 2021. This is actually my second copy of this book. This is Jessica the first time she's a Yellow Lantern on a cover. This is an amazing story for this character, the growth of this character, how much fear plays a part into this character's story, to see her use fear and become part of the Sinestro Corps. I really hope this stays a permanent thing. It would be great to see. It's weird that the Sinestro Corps always has to be a villain when they can't just be another corps of lanterns, and it would be really neat to see that twist with her in her own kind of solo series as a Yellow Lantern. We'll look out for it. So that's Denver Fan Expo 2021. It was a great show. I had a great time. Definitely going to go next year. I don't have a lot of footage for it. I really intended to take a lot of footage for you guys. Unfortunately, I did not pay attention and charge my battery, and it died maybe an hour after we got there. But anyhow, Denver Fan Expo was a great show. Can't wait to show you the stuff that we got from Jay Lee and Greg Horn when it comes in. I think you're going to be super jazzed and impressed. Really going to be fun to watch. Hopefully you make it to the show this summer. It's probably going to be even bigger and better. I know they have a lot of big plans. I really respect that they tried to put on an event this year. I'm super pumped that they were able to do it on short notice with all the safety precautions and a pandemic still going on. It was awesome, man. So if you like this content, remember to hit like and subscribe. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys next time.